How did you feel if you opened your email and saw you received a message from a stranger who wants to discuss some business information with you and writes, "Well, okay, dude," at the end? Tell me frankly, how did you feel, and would you continue to read letters from this person, not to mention that you would work with him? That's why it's important to know how to write business emails. You can even say, more important than face-to-face communication. You will find out why at the end of the video. And now, let's start from the very beginning. How to write emails in English. Like it or not, you've probably already figured out that email is a very important part of business communication. And in this video, you will learn the most basic and equally important aspects of writing effective and professional emails. You will know how to write subject lines, greetings and closing. How to choose the right tone, and after all, how to start and end an email. Let's discuss a few useful email tips. How many emails do you receive per day? How many of them do you read? How many letters do you send? It's probably more than one or two. We can get inundated with too many emails, so it's a good idea to follow some tips so we can make an email effective form of communication. Email works pretty fast, but you shouldn't be in a hurry when writing an email, especially if it's part of your job. Let's look at this letter. It's hard to read, isn't it? Let's see how we can make it a lot easier with a few easy steps. Look what we've done. We have divided the letter into several short paragraphs. We just used empty space between paragraphs. The main thing to remember is that we use paragraphs in emails, even if they are not long but short. Look at this letter. Here all sentences are on separate lines. In fact, it becomes more difficult to read. In this case, it should be divided into smaller paragraphs, like so. At the beginning of the video, we said that knowing how to write the right emails is somehow even more important than just talking to someone. Now let's say why. Because email is not face-to-face communication. And so there's no body language to help the other person understand you. That's why, try to avoid jokes or strong emotional language. Even the emoticons and emojis that you might like to use during your daily correspondence can be useful in some cases, but be aware they are not considered professional. In addition, it is recommended to avoid overusing of exclamation marks. Be clear and specific. Always try to remember that your readers don't have much time that can be spent reading email. So the less time they spend trying to figure out what you want to say, the better. It was about the first steps and some important tips of email writing. Check out our videos to learn what other points to consider when sending business emails. Wishing you success in your business correspondence.